to art machinery. So in the process of learning how to make vlogs, I discovered the Vlog Brothers, John and Hank Green, and I love them, and I'm totally addicted to their videos now. So thank you, and also thanks for the time wasting. So before I get going on my main topic today, I just wanted to rant for a minute. I had this big pet peeve about people misspelling my name. Now, I don't mind if I tell them my name and they write it down wrong because they heard it wrong. Sometimes I mumble, so you know, Teresa can turn into Tracy. I get that. But you wouldn't think that there are so many different ways to spell Teresa. I tell them my name and I see them sitting there thinking, and I mean, it's not that common a name, but it's not that hard to spell. And the thing is that I'm kind of like Anne of Green Gables, who she was convinced that she could hear it when people said her name without an E at the end. When they just said Anne, A-N-N, no E. And I'm convinced that I can hear it when people say my name with the spelling. I mean, really? The Risa? I'm a dinosaur, rawr. Now I want little wash dinosaurs, like in Firefly. But I don't have any, so rawr, the Risa. I am the Risa. Be very afraid. But seriously, I'm not the Risa. I'm Teresa. No H. You'd be amazed at how many people get confused when I tell them that's Teresa with no H. T. What? What comes after T? I don't know. I mean, they sound exactly alike. Oh well. It's just when they have it on paper, when it's in an email or a Facebook comment or a message or something, and my name is right frickin' there. It's right there. And 2 centimeters away. They misspelled my name. I'm thinking, are you not reading? This is Teresa's how-to vlog, and this is my first vlog ever. Let's talk about my super awesome title and this mysterious thing called SPR, or CPR. So CPR stands for, some long words, cardio, pulmonary, resuscitation. In order, that looks like this. So you don't really need to know that. You just need to know that translated from English into English, it means something like blood, heart, make not unconsciousing. Or the thing that doctors do before the crash cart arrives. Or, oh god, he's dead now, what do I do? Before I give you instructions on how to and how not to do CPR, I need to give you a little legal disclaimer. This video is not a substitute for a formal in-person class in first aid training. Please go take first aid at your local Red Cross, Life Saving Society, pool, St. John Ambulance, whatever wonderful organization offers first aid training in your neck of the woods. Please go take an actual course and don't use this video to learn your first aid. This is not a way to cheat out of gym class. I am a CPR instructor. All the certifications. Woo! Oh, now I made a mess. But I'm not giving you instruction and I don't have insurance. So please don't sue me. So now that I'm assured that you're not going to use this as an instructional video while your dad is lying with his heart stopped, here is how not to do CPR. Okay, so this is a low budget vlog, as in this is a no budget vlog. So we're going to pretend that this wonderful teddy bear, say hi to the teddy bear. Hi teddy bear, it's nice to meet you teddy bear. That this teddy bear is actually an adult-sized human who is unconscious with their heart not beating. I'm going to first demonstrate the way that CPR is usually done on TV. Here's our victim, lying on the bed. on the gurney. God, he's dying. No, Johnny, I love you so much. Oh no. You can't die on me. Don't die on me, Johnny. Don't die on me. CPR. Okay, that was exhausting, dramatic, and extremely ineffective. So let's go back over what was wrong with that. First, you're not going to be doing CPR in a doctor's office. So the first thing when you do CPR is you're going to make sure that you check all around for hazards. It's a nice little rhyme that goes fire, wire, gas, glass, drugs, thugs. And those are the things that you're looking for that could hurt you. Because the number one rule in doing CPR is that you take care of yourself. Because if you get hurt, now there's two victims. So you're going to make sure that you're safe first. You look around, there's no wires, you're not lying in a puddle full of electricity. I don't see any gangs around because I'm not going to get involved if there's a gang stuff going on. And then I'm going to do what's called a head tilt chin lift. So I'm going to put my palm on its forehead and 2 fingers under his chin and lift his face back so that, as you can see, there's a clear airway when my head is lifted back because your windpipe is right in front here. So I'm going to do a head tilt chin lift and I'm going to put my cheek right against its mouth. I'm going to watch the chest, feel my cheek, and listen for breath for up to 10 seconds. Oh God, he's not breathing. Before I did that, I established that this victim was actually unconscious because it's really awkward to walk up to someone and like move their head when they're just sunbathing. It's happened. Don't do it. So you've got the head tilt chin lift, you know they're not breathing. So the first thing that was wrong with our CPR here was that they bent their elbows. This is what it looked like. That's not CPR. That's push-ups. And don't do push-ups on a dead person. Not okay. Also, basic physics. If I'm bending my elbows, my hands are staying put. Look at this. My hands are staying put. So instead, I'm going to lock my elbows into a locked position and then push like this. Push, push, push. Now I'm actually squishing my bear. You want the compressions on an adult to be 1 to 2 inches in depth, and on a child or infant you want it to be 1/3 to half the chest depth. Keep in mind that you are compressing the sternum, and the sternum is this bone that joins all of your ribs right in the middle. It's also the spot that you catch a soccer ball on. It's very sturdy. It's designed to keep you from getting crushed, to protect your lungs, your heart, and some of your other vital organs. They're called vital because you need them to live. So it's going to be very difficult to press down, which brings us to the second point of what was wrong with that CPR. They're pushing on an angle like this. This is approximately the angle that they're pushing on. Now, I can get a fair bit of force going like this. It's not that bad. But physics tells me that I'm going to get way more force if I push straight down. So you're going to get right over your victim and push straight down. Because that's a difficult bone to compress, and you want to use all your body weight as much as you can. Straight elbows over top. And the third thing that's wrong was there was absolutely no rhythm. Ever heard of a heart arrhythmia? It's a potentially fatal condition. Basically, if your heart doesn't beat in a regular enough rhythm, you might have a heart attack and die, or you might have a stroke and die. So we're not going to replicate a potentially fatal condition on somebody that we're trying to save the life of. So instead, we're going to do CPR to the rhythm of the Bee Gees song, Stayin' Alive. There's an urban legend that goes around that says that they actually wrote this song to help firefighters and paramedics train to the right rhythm for CPR. I don't know if it's true, but it's cool, and it remains that the rhythm is the right rhythm. It's about the right beat. It's about 100 beats per minute. So you're going to do your CPR over their victim with straight arms going, stayin' alive, stayin' alive, stayin' alive. I can't sing, but we'll play it at the end and you can hear about the beat that it's at. The fourth thing, and this is the last thing that was wrong with the movie style CPR, the breaths were given randomly. So there's this thing with oxygen where we need it to live. And in order to have it help us live, it has to get inside of our lungs, which then our blood passes through our lungs, collects all the oxygen and brings it up to our brain so that we don't end up brain dead. But when you're lying in a room full of oxygen, it's not doing you any good because it's outside and it doesn't make it to your brain through your skull. I mean, it would be a cool invention. If any of you can figure out how to do it, you can probably make a lot of money. In the meantime, we have to use our lungs to breathe air into their lungs. So you're going to give breaths every 30 compressions. That's every 30 compressions. The first thing you do is you give 2 breaths, breath, breath. And then you do your 30 compressions, 30. And then you're going to open up the airway and give 2 breaths again. That way, not only are you circulating blood, you're circulating oxygenated blood. CPR's purpose is not to get the heart started again. It's to keep the blood circulating until medical professionals can come and get the heart started. So your basic CPR sequence, again, is you're going to look around for hazards. You're going to make sure that they're not just taking a nice sun bath. Then you're going to check and see if they're actually breathing. Nope, dude's not breathing. And here's the personal safety bit. You're going to reach into your wallet and take out the face shield that you keep with you all the time, like me, because you're a first aid nerd now, right? You're also going to pull out your non-latex gloves and put them on. This is to protect you and the person that you're helping from disease. So you're going to open up the face mask, lay it over their mouth. You're going to put the gloves on. And you're going to do 2 breaths and 30 compressions. And 2 breaths again. And you're going to continue that cycle until the person recovers, you are too tired to continue, or medical help arrives. Please do not continue if you're too tired. Again, this is protecting yourself first. So the latest standards are 30 compressions to 2 breaths. If you don't have a face mask on you, don't do the breaths, do compression only. But always make sure that you call an emergency line. 911 is the number here in Canada and in the US. In other countries, it's 999. I believe that's the number for the UK. So if you're watching from overseas, make sure you check with your country what your emergency number is. But as soon as you know that they are not breathing, the first thing you're going to do before you give breaths, before you give compressions, before you do anything, is either you or a helpful bystander is going to call the emergency number. That way the ambulance comes, the heart can get started again, and you can be relieved before you get too tired. So there you have it. Bad CPR and good CPR. Breath, breath. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 10 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 15, 1 and 2, 4 and 20, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 25, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 30. Breath, breath. One last note, the location that you give compressions, make sure that you do it high enough. Basically, it's directly between the nipple line. You can also feel for the bottom of the rib cage, find where it meets, 2 fingers, and right above that. You don't want to go too low because there's this little piece called the xiphoid process right underneath your sternum, and it can break off if you press on it and puncture important organs. So you can also go armpits across and just below the armpits. So, even Dr. House's interns do it wrong. You're going to do it right. Don't forget to wear protective gear such as non-latex gloves and use a pocket mask. Please take a CPR course and learn more details about proper first aid such as infant and child modifications, how to deal with choking, pregnant or obese persons, and what to do in case of a pending heart attack, and what if you vomit. Now you too can be annoyed at every CPR scene in a movie you'll ever watch again. You're welcome. See you next Saturday.